Okay, hello everybody. You are looking at Phoenix and Roswell because Curtis got mad and he's camped out under the kitchen table because I had the audacity to tidy up his house a little bit and he got mad and now he's sulking. He'll be back though once he smells the banana or gets jealous of the cats. But yeah, this is just a conversation type video. As you know, it's Labor Day weekend, and well, I don't like holidays that much anyway, especially this one because everybody's like, oh yeah, end of summer, say goodbye to summer. No, I don't want to say goodbye to summer. I have severe seasonal depression. For those of you that have just joined my channel or don't know that much about me, I have some very serious issues with the darker, colder months. I don't really like holidays of any kind anymore for a lot of reasons. But we'll get into that a little later. But it's just I get seasonal depression and everything, and people seem to think that, like, hot cider and hot chocolate and fuzzy socks and blankets can fix that. No, the stuff is still out there, and I'm still living with the existential dread that eventually it is going to get colder, and I'm terrified of getting stuck in my driveway like I did last year, or slipping and falling and getting hurt. Wet leaves are slippery as heck too. And I don't get around that well to begin with. I've got some tendonitis and I'm a big girl and that doesn't really mix well. So, in addition to that, and then, it just gets dark and I hate it. And I don't know, everybody's like, but the pretty colors. Well, I don't know. To me, that's the equivalent of going to a restaurant and watching somebody at the next table over choking to death and turning all purple and stuff, and oh, look how pretty. Yeah, that's what the leaves are doing, basically. They're suffocating. I don't know. It's just, I'm not looking forward to it at all. And I used to really enjoy Halloween, but almost 2 years ago, like I said, for any of you that have been following my channel, my cat, Argento, had dental surgery and he died just before Halloween on October 12th. That sealed the deal. I do not enjoy any of the holidays anymore. And inevitably, something happens. One Christmas a few years ago, the furnace broke down. I'm literally traumatized from that. And then Argento's passing pretty much ruined what little enjoyment I got out of the fall. And every year something breaks, someone gets sick, somebody gets stuck somewhere, and I hate it. I dread it. And I'm sorry. But I don't think those colors are pretty. I don't think the crisp weather is fun. I don't want to do any of the things. I don't want to go on hay rides or pick apples or anything like that. I don't want to wear sweaters. I'm sorry. I hate them. I hate long sleeves. I've got some cute hoodies. I will wear them. They're cute, I'll admit. But I hate long sleeves. I hate pants and I hate bulky shoes because, like I said, I'm a big girl. I'm extremely clumsy. I don't get around that well to begin with, and when I have to wear heavy, bulky clothes, it just makes me feel bigger and clumsier than I already am. You should see me bumbling around in a hoodie or a big coat. I look ridiculous. And it just makes me feel bigger than I already am, and I don't need that. I already have people making fun of me. Yes, I'm a big girl. I like to eat. What's your... It costs $0 to worry about yourself. But yeah, I have seasonal depression and a lot of trauma, and in fact, there's actually a word for it. It's called, the basic part is seasonal affective disorder, but I also deal with what's called cryophobia, fear of the extreme cold. So, yeah, last year was a doozy for me. I was just living in constant fear that something was going to happen, and I'm also deathly afraid of snow and ice. There's nothing pretty about it, and it's dangerous, especially for people like me. I live by myself. I don't get around very well. So, what do you want me to do? Hover over it? Good grief. And I don't know. I've just kind of signed off on the fact that I'm probably just going to be impossible for the next few months, especially with 3 aging animals and constant anxiety over them. I mean, they're all getting up there in years, and I'm terrified something's going to happen with one of them, and there's going to be snow or ice, and I'm not going to be able to get them the help they need. And that's another thing. I also deal with chronic anxiety. And to be honest, I'm not really even that fond of a lot of. I don't know. I don't like holidays at all, period. Raven died just before Easter. And, well, my family was iffy at best. And my dad and my grandparents always had to ruin them for me. So I've got a pretty good friend base now, but even planning stuff ahead, I can't even think 5 minutes into the future. I don't even want to think, what are we going to do next week or anything like that. I can't do that. My anxiety will not let me. I have to take it like a minute at a time. Well, nobody died during that minute. Nobody died during that minute. Okay, well, let's see how the next 5 seconds go. That's just how I'm wired. I can do nothing about it. The only thing that would really help me is moving, and I don't see that happening. Or sticking these guys in the fountain of youth for a few minutes. I don't know. But I know, I'm sorry if I'm babbling, but this was a long time coming, and yeah, I just have a lot of trauma to do with this whole thing, and the more people try to shove it down my throat and say how great it is, the more I'm going to resist. Like another incident, I had this so-called friend. Her name was Sarah Campbell, looking at you. And she was supposedly my friend. And I'll admit I was kind of pushy and obnoxious, but we were all young and stupid then. But one year we went, I can't remember, I think it might have been the zoo or something before I learned what really went on at zoos. Looking at you, Aalborg Zoo. But she took a picture of me in my favorite sweater, hoodie, jacket, whatever. It had lighthouses all over it. It was my favorite, and I literally wore it until it fell apart and I got too fat for it. Look at Roswell. She's bored over there. Are you bored, girl? No? Okay. Curtis is still being a grouch. He'll come back when he smells bananas. But it was fall, and she took a picture of me by this really pretty orange tree, and it was in the fall, and I had my favorite jacket on, and she's like, "This is such a good picture of you, Marie. I am going to keep this forever. It looks great. You look so good in that picture." And so she framed it and kept it for a while. But when she found these other people to be friends with and ditched me and the 2 other girls, look at that. That is the epitome of laziness right there, Roz. I don't blame you. That's about how I reach for my water at the on the edge of the bed. I'm not getting out of bed. Yeah, you take after your old lady. But anyway, when she ditched me and the other 2 girls as her besties and started hanging around with these other people, she was moving out, and she dejunked her bedroom. And in addition to the $40 food dehydrator and a few other things I had gotten her, she threw out that picture of me, and that traumatized me. So I can't look at autumn season with anything but contempt anymore now. So, yeah. Sarah, if you're watching this, I hope you know what you did to me and the other two girls. But yeah, I can't look at the bright orange trees and not think about that anymore. And there's a lot going on, and then of course the Christmas furnace thing, and I just dread it. I don't really even enjoy Easter that much anymore now that I've started with the rescue and seen what really happens with rabbits. And in addition to losing Raven, and then Argento's death in the fall pretty much ruined any tiny remnant of fun I have with Halloween. I do still keep my Halloween stuff, but I don't know, I don't decorate much anymore. I don't decorate for Christmas at all. I couldn't care less. I'm not going to be home anyway. And if I am, I don't want to be reminded of it all. But it's just a really difficult time of year, and I've got a lot of trauma and anxiety. And any of you that are new to my channel or haven't watched any of my older videos, now you know why I get almost impossible to live with sometimes. But yeah, I have my reasons for being a grouch. But any questions, post them in the comments, unless you're that one guy that was trolling the other day and saying, I had somebody here, he said, wow, on my channel, on one of my posts, saying, wow, seasonal depression, and I'm not going to sugarcoat his words. He said, people will just make shit up just for the sake of making it up. No, seasonal depression has been around for centuries. They used to call it cabin fever. But no, it exists. It is very real. And you, sir, are a barn pot. Pluto wasn't discovered until 1930, but I'm pretty sure it was there the whole time. So shut your yap. And but yeah, any other questions? Post them in the comments below, but be nice. Don't give me the whole hot chocolate and fuzzy socks bit, because I've heard that. I've already heard that one. Okay, rant over. Curtis is mad because I'm washing his stuff and rearranging everything, so I gotta herd his little fuzzy bum back up there. But I hope you enjoyed the two cats coexisting for a change. Usually, yeah, you were all over the place earlier, weren't you, buddy? Yeah. And I'm washing a couple of Curtis's stuffies. He's not too happy about that, so Bluey's taking over where the orange kitty usually is. He's gonna go out on the clothesline a bit later. He's got a stuffed orange kitty, but he needs a wash bad. So we've got the puppy taking over today. All right. Well, everybody try to have a good day, night, whatever. And thanks for listening. And we will talk later. And we will see you later. Bye.